Okay, continue on in our Father's Word today. I've been real sick here lately for 10 days. I got too much chemo and I got chemo diarrhea. And so I got sick in my stomach and had the squirts for 10 days. I lost 25 pounds in 10 days and I've been sick as a dog. So we're going to try back. I'm real weak, but I'm going to continue on as far as we can here tonight and see how this goes. Now this is Exodus chapter 36 verse 10. And he coupled the 5 curtains one to the other, and the other 5 curtains he coupled one to the other. And he made loops of blue on the edge of one curtain from the selvage in the coupling. Likewise he made in the uppermost side of the other curtain in the coupling of the second. 50 made he in one curtain, and 50 loops made he in the edge of the curtain, which was in the coupling of the second. The loops held one curtain to another. And he made 50 tacks of gold, and coupled the curtains one upon the other with the tacks. So it became one tabernacle. And he made curtains of goat hair for the tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains he made them. The length of one curtain was 30 cubits, and 4 cubits was the breadth of one curtain. The 11 curtains were of one size. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and the 6 curtains by themselves. And he made 50 loops upon the uttermost edge of the curtain in the coupling, and 50 loops made he upon the edge of the curtain, which coupleth the second. And he made 50 tops of brass to couple the tent together, that it might be one. And he made a covering for the tent of ram skin dyed red, and a covering of badger skin above that. And he made boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood, standing up. The length of the board was 10 cubits, and the breadth of one board 1 cubit and a half. One board had 2 pinions, equally distant one from another. Thus he did make all the boards of the tabernacle. And he made the boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side, southward, and 40 sockets of silver he made under the 20 boards. 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. And the other side of the tabernacle, which is toward the north corner, he made 20 boards. And there are 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward, he made 6 boards. And the 2 boards he made for the corners of the tabernacle in the 2 sides. And they were coupled beneath and coupled together at the head thereof to one ring. Thus he did to both of them in both the corners. And there were 8 boards, and their sockets were 16 sockets of silver, under every board 2 sockets. And he made bars of shittim wood, 5 of the boards of one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the tabernacle for the sides westward. And he made the middle bar to shoot through the boards from one end to the other. And he overlaid the boards with gold, and made their rings of gold to be places for the bars, and overlaid the bars with gold. And he made a veil of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine twined linen. With cherubims made he of it in cunning work. And he made thereunto 4 pillars of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were of gold, and he cast for them 4 sockets of silver. And he made a hanging for the tabernacle, door of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine linen and of needlework, and the 5 pillars of it with their hooks. He overlaid their chapiters and their fillets with gold, but the 5 sockets were of brass. Now this is Exodus chapter 37. And Bezaleel made the ark of shittim wood. 2 cubits and a half was the length of it, and a cubit and a half the breadth of it, and a cubit and a half the height of it. And a cubit was the distance from the elbow to the tip of the longest finger of the king of Israel. Now, so the length of a cubit changed, but most of the time it was around 20 inches. Anywhere from 20 to 24 inches. And he overlaid it with pure gold within and without, and made a crown of gold to it round about. And he cast it for 4 rings of gold to be set by the 4 corners of it, even 2 rings upon one side of it, and 2 rings upon the other side of it. And he made staves of shittim wood and overlaid them with gold. And he put the staves into the rings by the side of the ark to bear the ark. And he made the mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half was the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth thereof. And he made 2 cherubims of gold, beaten out of 1 piece made he them, on 2 ends of the mercy seat. Now Satan worked his way up to be the protecting cherubim. But Satan, big-headed Satan, he doesn't want to protect the mercy seat. He wants to sit on the mercy seat and take God's place. He's that big-headed. 1 cherub on one end of this side, and another cherub on the other end of that side. Out of the mercy seat made the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubim spread out their wings on high, and covered with their wings over the mercy seat, with their faces one to another, even to the mercy seat. Seatward were the faces of the cherubims. And he made the table of shittim wood. 2 cubits was the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height. And he overlaid it with pure gold, and made thereunto a crown of gold round about. And he made thereunto a border of a handbreadth round about. And he made a crown of gold for the border thereof round about. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings upon the 4 corners that were in the 4 feet thereof. Over against the border were the rings, the places for the staves to bear the table. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold to bear the table. And he made the vessels which were upon the table, his dishes and his spoons, and his bowls and his covers, to cover withal of pure gold. And he made the candlestick of pure gold, of beaten work. Made he the candlestick, his shaft, and his branch, his bowls, his bowls, his knobs, and his flowers were of the same. The 6 branches going out of the sides thereof, 3 branches of the candlestick out of one side thereof, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side thereof. 3 bowls made after the fashion of almonds in one branch, a knop and a flower, and 3 bowls made like almonds in another branch, a knop and a flower. So throughout the 6 branches going out of the candlestick. And in the candlestick were 4 bowls made like almonds, his knobs and his flowers, and a knob under 2 branches of the same.